Hi everyone, welcome back to a new video. As you can see, I placed myself for the topic of today right in front of my Christmas tree. I have really little time today because from having such a busy couple of last weeks, I have not bought any of my Christmas presents yet, and so I'm going to leave the house in about hopefully 15 minutes, depending on how long this video takes, to actually go Christmas shopping to get my Christmas presents. And so I really wanted to paint my nails today. I did a video about this once. It's actually turned out to be, I think, one of my most viewed videos where I was painting my nails while at the same time filming a video. And I thought, why don't I combine the two? Painting my nails always makes me feel really calm and really relaxed and just present. And so it kind of feels like I'm catching up with my besties, painting my nails while making this little fun video for you guys today on how to get through the holidays if you're not feeling your best, you're either really struggling very severely or you are just in a little bit of a dip for whatever reason. Maybe you're a little depressed because of the winter. Maybe you're struggling with some anxiety. Maybe you're going through a breakup. Whatever it is, I wanted to make this video today for anyone that is kind of not in the Christmas spirit this year, or that just kind of wants a little bit of advice on how to make the most of the holidays when you're just not really feeling the holiday spirit. So obviously, when I was really struggling with my DPDR, I was recovering around September, October, November. But I really remember that Christmas still was difficult for me because Christmas is all about being very cheery and happy and positive. And I think even though I had really good days and even really good weeks, there was still the uncertainty of not knowing how I was gonna feel and not knowing or not really feeling very confident in myself yet when it comes to my managing my emotions and just feeling really at peace. And also another thing is that when you're feeling really low and there's not really a lot of expectation on needing to feel happy or needing to feel good, it kind of makes you less aware of how low you feel. But when everyone's in the holiday spirit and everyone's, all cheery and merry and positive, it just kind of even makes it more obvious how bad you feel sometimes. So today I want to give you some tips on how to get through the holidays, make the most of it, and actually increase your chances of just feeling really good. And so my first tip for you is to take all the pressure off of yourself in whatever way you can. Now, of course, there's some pressure in the sense that you have to go to family events. You probably need to show your face, so you're not able to just leave or stay home. However, what I mean by take the pressure off of yourself is take the pressure off of how you ought to feel or are supposed to feel, and instead replace your focus on something that you actually can control. And so an example of that is if you always have an expectation of Christmas to feel really good, to feel really connected to your family, to feel really happy, and this year, for whatever reason, that intention kind of feels a bit out of your control, try to set a different intention that actually feels in your control. So instead of saying, I have to feel good this Christmas, you could say, I want to be kind to my family members this Christmas. That's an intention that I have. Because being kind to your family members, of course, depending on your state, but to the largest extent, is something that is completely within your control. And so instead of sitting around the dinner table, forcing yourself to feel good, therefore maybe numbing your emotions with alcohol or food, or just forcing yourself when you don't really feel like it, try to set the intention of, for example, really being present with your family or just showing up for them in the best way you can. Another intention could be just helping family out when they're cooking, or maybe having more of a servant role. Or another like I'm trying to think about what I would focus on, but I think the tip I would give you is, instead of focusing on what lacks this Christmas, maybe you lack presents, maybe you lack feeling positive, maybe you lack connection, maybe you lack whatever it is, to focus on what you do have. So to use Christmas for gratitude. And this is a little habit that I started with my family, actually, the year that I wasn't feeling good. We were all handing out presents, and I felt really strange because that was always such a happy time. I know as a kid, I always felt so excited getting my presents. And this year, I was just like, oh my God, what is there to celebrate? Or I knew there were things to celebrate, but I just wasn't really feeling it. And so what I came up with was, I said, why don't we, every time we give or hand out or receive a present, all just share something that we are grateful for? And it really lightened the mood for me. It really allowed me to focus on the positive, not in a way of forcing it, but almost just like reminding my brain to appreciate the life that I have. And so that's a really fun tradition that my family and I started a few years ago, is just making Christmas about gratitude. And I just realized that probably that's why all of Americans have Thanksgiving, and probably that's where they focus on. But I just want you to remember that even though life might feel kind of dark right now or negative, it can always be worse, and there's always something to be grateful for. And just focusing on that during the holidays, not as a way of needing to force yourself to feel good, but just as a way of reminding, or just using the holidays to remind yourself that life has a lot to be grateful for. Even if you're just sitting around the dinner table, you feel anxious, you feel depressed, you feel overwhelmed, but focusing on, wow, I have all these people around me, or just have people around me that really care about me, or I'm still breathing, if that's all you can focus on, at least I'm still breathing, or I just have great gratitude for whoever invented the Christmas lights on the Christmas tree. Just little things like that can help just create a bit of positive focus during the holidays. Another tip for you, and this is maybe more of a way of looking at Christmas in a way that you don't even need to feel super merry and happy, is I was talking to my one of my best friends yesterday. We went to a Christmas market, and we were just kind of talking about how crazy it is that Christmas is such a huge thing when really it's just another day. And she said something that I thought, that's so beautiful. She said, for me, Christmas is really about realizing that even in the winter months, she said it in the way of, it's a way of brightening up the dark. And I thought that was so beautiful, that in the winter, there's a lot of darkness, at least depending on where you live in the world. But in most countries, in the winter or around Christmas, when it's winter and dark, we kind of have this human instinct to not really enjoy the dark and not really appreciate it. We're always looking for light. And so Christmas is really about creating light in the darkness and creating a colorful, bright experience through the darkness. And so it's not about pretending the darkness isn't there. It's about brightening up the darkness itself, decorating it with Christmas lights. And so maybe that's a way you can look at this Christmas if you feel kind of like you're going through darker patches. Maybe this Christmas isn't about making the dark go away, or isn't about, pretending like the dark isn't here. Maybe it's just about decorating the dark, kind of like looking at it like, if I'm gonna have a panic attack and I'm gonna have anxiety and I'm gonna feel DPDR, might as well feel it while sitting near a Christmas tree with all my family and getting some presents out of it, So one doesn't have to exclude the other. The fact that Christmas is about, joy and merriness and all of that doesn't mean the darkness isn't welcome. Maybe the joy and the merriness and the family and the good food is just something that can brighten up the darker experience of what you're currently going through. And so I feel like looking at it that way just takes the pressure off and just kind of makes it less like, oh, I have to force myself to feel a certain way. And also it allows for some positivity to actually take place, not from a place of resistance, but really from a place of love. And I feel like Christmas is also something that connects people. It's something that a lot of people celebrate, or at least a lot of people know about and have kind of common values about. It's about connection, it's about love. And no matter how low you are, no matter how stuck you are, you always have the choice for love. You always have the choice to love the people around you, to love people, to love yourself. And maybe that can be something that connects you in this more disconnecting period. So I just wanted to give you guys this little message today. On top of that, before I finish, I also just wanted to say huge thank you for everyone that messaged me after my video last week when I shared the story about Nona, the dog we're adopting. I was really moved by the people that just decided to do a random donation. I cannot thank you guys enough. So whoever decided to support me, if you're hearing this, I just wanted to say thank you so much, because you guys are awesome and I really don't take it for granted. Whether you just tune in and listen every week, or rather you've ever supported me in the work I do, or just ever reached out and wrote a thank you message, or just sat there in silence watching my videos. I really just appreciate you guys, because you allow me as well to do work that feels very good for me and feels very meaningful. And I love hearing about your stories and connecting to you. And I have so much faith in all of you, and will be thinking of all of you this Christmas as well. So since I won't see you before next week Friday, I just wanted to send out big love. I wanted to wish you I wanted to say Merry Christmas, but maybe we can replace that with, I want to wish you a peaceful Christmas, or just an okay Christmas. Maybe that's a good wish to give you. And if there's nothing else you can think about on Christmas to brighten up the mood, just think about all the people watching these types of videos, all feeling similar, and that we're all connected in a way, and that I'm thinking of all of you, and that you're not alone in this, okay? So thanks again for tuning in. I will see you guys next week for another video, and just sending so much love. Bye. Oh, by the way, this is what my nails look like now. So perfect timing. Bye.